Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 15 of Christy's from Christy's Beautiful Life, the 30 Days of Sketches Series 5. Can you believe we're already halfway through? I'm enjoying this. I'm having so much fun. It was a little daunting to me at the beginning to think of doing it, but in my case, what I really needed to do was just try and get a head start and have a few layouts done before we actually started the month of April. So, and as long as I did that, I felt not so bad. So there we go. So here's another one where I went a little bit rogue, but in the end, I love this layout, and I kept parts of it. I think you will see that I kept parts of it. So this is a sketch by Laura Whitaker, and another one of my favorite sketch makers. So let's see where I went with this one. So here you go. Yes, rogue, you say. Well, yes. Now, when I started in my original idea, I don't have, a large sunburst stencil, but I do have a lovely small one of the Paige Evans ones. And so I put this down and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do 4, and then down in this area, I will put my photos and it will sort of do the same thing. But once I had done the sunbursts, I didn't like that idea. So I changed my mind. Now, how I did the sunbursts is I just used the stencil in 4 different places on a piece of Vicky Bouton's foundation paper. And I went in with my mists and I used a couple of colors per, and I very, very lightly, see here, I used no yoking. And then I used Heidi Ho Blue because it's a sort of a brighter, I found rainbowy blue. 4-leaf clover, brighter green, mango tango, and princess. So I went in and I did that. Then I wasn't liking really the way they were all sort of mixing together or not mixing together, and how you could see some of the sprays. So I went and I got a brush, a paintbrush, a watercolor paintbrush, and I used some of the mists directly on my sunburst, and it helped sort of mix the colors a little bit, soften and even out all of these colors and mix them up. So you see here, this sort of came out a little bit of a teal color. This I got a little bit muddy here, but oh well. So once I had that done, I was a lot happier with the way it looked. But then I really, really just wanted to use 2. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go back to one of my basic designs, which pretty much is this kind of thing for the photo block. So what I did is I put my starburst at the top, used just a pattern paper here down at the bottom, and then the whole photo block, I do feel that I followed the sketch fairly closely, flat to the paper, but I moved it up. So the sunburst and the photo block were definite inspirations, and then the little tiny cluster up here as well in my corner. So there you go, that's what I did. So I just used, this is a piece of, this is a scrap that I had left from Cocoa Vanilla Midnight. This is from the Cocoa Vanilla Unforgettable, and I only used part of it because the backside of this is such a beautiful, beautiful floral. I will need to use it on something else. And then I went into the Cocoa Vanilla die cuts, and I got these leaves. I put a little house here, as this is going to talk about COVID. This is going into my COVID-19, and this is sort of going to be, I guess, the introductory page. And I guess I've decided that I'm going to be doing 12 by 12. I'm not sure that I did that consciously, but I have 3 layouts done now, so I guess it's going to be a 12 by 12 mini-series. Although I kind of like the idea of maybe doing a 6x8 as well. Maybe I'm going to try and do an April 6x8 little mini album. We'll see. We'll see what May brings. So I got that down. And then here I really just went into the die cut pack, scraps that are on my desk. I did a little banner here, a couple of little tags, and I left the tags this time. There you go, rogue again. Used my punches, tucked that in here. The house here symbolizes, of course, being in confinement. Put some of these, no, these are all flat to the page, thin flat to the page. And then I really wanted, you see, because here I have a color photo. It's the same photo of me, the color, but the color here, I gave it a filter. It's sort of slightly blurry, slightly washed out, and then a black and white, which sort of goes with the journaling. And I wanted the title to be The Many Faces of COVID-19. And I didn't know what I wanted to use for faces and COVID. And then I remembered that in the purple, in the Glitter Girl, in Chamel's Glitter Girl collection, I had these lovely alphas, glittery alphas. So I went to get those, yeah, true to American Crafts. They did not stick, not at all. So I have to glue those down. So this is journal heavy, which for me is not something I do a lot. But now, so 14 March 2020, which is the actual day that our confinement was announced. And it was announced initially until the 13th of April. It's since been prolonged till the 4th of May. And I guess at this point, we don't know when it's going to end. But 14 March 2020, the day the world turned upside down. Waving replaced hugs. Social distancing renamed physical distancing. Our government here in Quebec has renamed it physical distancing, as they have been proning and telling us how we can use all of the various social media, Skype and Zoom and everything else to stay in touch with loved ones. So we've renamed it physical distancing. The one where, and now I started using that, and up here that's really what I wanted to do and I forgot. When I put the day the world turned upside down, I really wanted to do that Friends thing. The one where, okay. The one where we went into quarantine and lockdown for weeks until, and I left that blank, where social interaction was via social media, Zoom, Skype, phone. The one where a crazy and sometimes deadly virus attacked the world. The one where everything closed, where millions were furloughed, where borders were closed and travel forbidden. Even just to the next town. I mean, here they've asked us to definitely, like, even stay really within our own town. And they have checkpoints. My gosh. The one where you washed your hands until they were raw. But the one where I got more scrappy time, more walks, alone of course, where Mom took it all in her stride, even though I could not visit, where I have the little color, but the sort of blurry photo. So there you go. That is my layout for today. And at first, I didn't like it. But you know what? In the end, now that I've got all of this on there, that I've added a little bit of purple, I do. It's growing on me and I like it. And it's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit different. And I think that sort of goes with a little bit what we are living through right now. So there you go. Thank you so very much for being here. I've had a lot of new subbies since we started this. So thank you for joining me. And those of you that have been supporting me from the very beginning by watching, commenting, liking, thank you so much. That is why I'm doing this. And I hope we are providing tons of inspiration. And don't forget, pop on down below and go see what my friends are up to, either on Instagram or here on YouTube. And we will see you tomorrow for day 16. Talk to you soon. Bye.